When moving to or living in Moscow, you certainly will have a lot of questions. And in the beginning, many of your questions will be about real estate, where you're going to live. But once you're here, you will have even more questions about living here. And probably there is no situation that creates more questions than if you're pregnant and you want to have a baby. Now, we've all heard some scary stories about having babies in Russia, and so many of us are immediately thinking that we need to have our baby outside of Russia because we have questions like, can I be with my wife when she's giving birth? Will she really be taken care of? Are there good English-speaking doctors available? And is the process really comfortable? Okay, let's get real honest here for a second. I have 4 kids of my own, but I'm also a man, so I don't know a lot of the questions or any of the answers that a woman will ask during her pregnancy. Today, fortunately, I'm not alone on this one. We're not going to talk about just the questions that you will have when you are pregnant or looking to have a baby in Moscow, but also some of the answers. And to talk about some of those questions and some of those answers, I'm with Ekaterina, someone who has a very big and great experience working with expat women through the pregnancy and birth process here in Moscow. Ekaterina, tell me, what are some of the main concerns that women have when they're considering having a baby in Moscow?
Well, certainly women who come to Moscow to have their baby, or during their stay in Moscow they find out that they're pregnant, they are worried about whether they're going to find the right doctor, the right medical care, whether the doctor who's going to be taking care of them during pregnancy will be their doctor by their side during labor and birth, right. How their recovery after birth is going to go, where to find a pediatrician, and how to tie it all up with the insurance companies,
right.
Which is a significant question for a lot of people who are coming from abroad, right. to Moscow. So we have answers to all of these questions and even more.
Thank you. And today we're at the Perinatal Medical Center here in Moscow.
Let's check it out.
But before we do, there is a little question that the guys might have, and that is, how much does it cost?
Well, the Perinatal Medical Center is a huge establishment. It's a multifunctional medical center, yes. with a focus on maternity care and baby care and newborn and child care. And originally it started from pregnancy and birthing units. And traditionally it has remained to be the leading establishment in the country for perinatal care for women who are pregnant, who are trying to conceive and they are having troubles with that, for women who are suffering from recurrent pregnancy loss, for women who have their pregnancy managed in another place but they want quality care during labor and birth, so that they come here for that. Pediatrician care for newborns and for older children. So it's a medical center that is able to address so many different needs and inquiries of patients. For example, women who want to have completely physiological labor and birth without using any anesthesia and leaving the hospital early to stay with their older children or just go home, they can have that experience here. And women who have medical complications or require a cesarean birth, or women who have early premature labor, and anything in between, PMC doctors are able to handle that professionally. And also PMC is really proud to be one of the leading establishments in the country to care for very early premature babies with low birth weight.
Great.
Yeah. So this is the admissions unit, the place where women in labor come to and are being checked.
I think we're in a situation where there are actually more answers than questions I ever had. Hello. Okay, thank you. I need to open this up. I had my oldest child in America, and I'll be honest, in America we don't wear these things, but I think this is good for the level of hygiene in the hospital. So I'm supposed to actually undress and then put this on.
You're looking good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really loving these clothes. It makes me feel like I could be a doctor and maybe even today do some kind of simple surgery, or at least get a job at a kitchen in a restaurant.
Oh, maybe. But now we're gonna go have a baby upstairs. Are you ready for that?
Let's try.
Okay.
See you guys.
Bye.
The problem is, if I'm gonna have a baby, I'm gonna be pretty stressed out. So what are we gonna do, Ekaterina?
You can grab on this staircase
Yes.
and sort of hang on
Okay.
it and feel how your back is stretching. Well, and feel the floor supporting your feet at the same time.
Okay, like this?
If that's comfortable for you.
Oh, I should stand.
I don't know. You know, a pregnant and a laboring woman acts in ways that she feels comfortable.
Right.
And this is the most important thing.
So the most important thing is for me to be comfortable.
Yes. This is Dr. Natalia.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. So Dr. Natalia is an OB-GYN, and she's the deputy chief of the birthing section of the hospital. And she's smiling so much today because even though she just came in from the even though she was working all last night, there was a girl that was born, little Yulinka. It's the third baby from that family that was born, and the mother even said she wants 2 more here at the center. So we'll go and check it out.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. It almost feels like we're in some kind of resort somewhere in Europe, but actually we're here in the birthing unit at the Perinatal Medical Center. Ekaterina, can you show us around?
Yeah, let's go. Here women labor,
Yes.
and if they want to actually have their baby in the water, they may do so.
Okay.
Have a water birth.
Right.
And there is the bed, a transformer bed, if she wants to labor laying down and take different positions. And pretty much the entire space is for her use.
Both her and her partner or her friend.
Absolutely. And here women are welcome to take different positions and be active in early labor.
Okay, can you show me, if I were a woman in labor, what position I would need to take?
Well, you may sit down on the fit ball and
Yes.
spread your legs wide open.
Okay.
When a baby is passing through the pelvis,
Yeah.
you want to make some room for it.
Do
And
I
then,
need to bounce or just sit?
do you feel like bouncing?
I feel like bouncing.
Yeah, so go
Okay.
and bounce.
So I do whatever just feels natural, whatever will help me just have the baby
Yeah,
more
and-
comfortably. Yes.
And then your partner can massage your back
Uh-huh.
or your hands and just
Okay.
stroke them and be
And this helps.
supporting you.
Yeah, I'm
Women
feeling
say so.
relaxed. I'm feeling relaxed.
Good,
Okay.
see, you're feeling it.
Right.
Some women want an epidural during their labor,
Right.
and even here in the home birth unit, this is also available for women to ask for epidural anesthesia.
Okay.
And she may be even walking, so it's a manageable anesthesia.
Right.
She may walk or she may lay down, and of course, if there's any complication and a surgery is required, the operating room is right next door.
Right next door. Okay.
And you can find a more stable piece of furniture and then lean on it and
Okay.
maybe spread your feet apart and then move your hips
Okay.
from side to side.
Yeah. How am I doing?
You're doing just great.
Okay. Thank you.
And then you can breathe throughout and imagine you're having a contraction.
Oh,
and,
wow.
then, and then somebody can massage your back.
Right.
And then,
This is great. It makes me want to have a baby.
yeah.
So as I'm walking around the center, I was able to run into another doctor, OB-GYN, Stanislav. And he's looking a little bit tired because he was also working all night and he only got about 20 minutes of sleep. But tell me, Stanislav, do you have a lot of foreign women who are coming in and having their babies here?
Yes, we are really experienced in such a patients from foreign countries. It can be patients from Japan, Great Britain, German, I don't know, Italy, all over the world.
Yes.
They can come here. And for them it's no any difference, like it's labor in Russia or it's labor in the home country.
Right.
Because we're trying to be like hand by hand with our colleagues from the Europe.
Okay. And I understand that you just came back from Stockholm yourself, where you were just learning some more there.
You know, it's a big problem in Europe. Patients with obesity and really big patients, like you can imagine, it's in Russian kilos. It's like more than 150 kilos, and they have a lot of you know, some stuff for this.
Okay.
And this will be really interesting.
Oh, so you were learning about obesity?
Yes.
But you had to leave Russia to learn about that?
Yes.
Okay, I see. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I met just another one of the OB-GYNs here at the birthing unit. Her name is Maria. I understand she speaks Russian, of course, English, and also even a little bit of French. But I'm going to ask Maria if you could just tell us in English, of course, a little bit about what you're doing here.
Of course. My name is Maria. I'm working here for already 10 years. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist, and I'm taking care for the patients, gynecological patients, for the patients with the recurrent miscarriage.
Okay.
And I'm preparing them for the next pregnancy to have a better result. And also I take care of pregnant women, and I perform labor and cesarean and so on and so forth, and some kind of gynecological operations. And during these years I met a lot of people from the different countries, and they all do have their own traditions during labor, their own rules in their countries. The people, they afraid that how will it be? They have a lot of fears around the labor.
Right.
And that's why the first thing that I ask after our first meeting to write down the birth plan.
Okay.
After that, we are discussing every point of this plan. Is it possible here? Is it possible in Russia with some documents? I understand these people that they want to feel themselves safe here and comfortable, and this is the very important thing during labor and the successful labor. They have to be safe and very calm.
Right.
That's why I think the birth plan is very useful.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. You do this to the woman or to the baby?
Well, the baby is still inside.
Yes. Okay, and what's happening?
Well, what's happening is that it helps the woman's body to relax. Unlikely we would do that during labor when she is in contractions, but during pregnancy, this is a very good exercise and relaxation technique for the mom and for the baby.
This is very relaxing. This is the first time I've ever done this.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And does this make the baby come faster or slower?
This helps the baby to find the best position.
So the baby is finding the best position in the pelvis through this.
Because the mom's ligaments and muscles and tissues are relaxing and letting the baby through.
Right.
And relieving the uncomfortable and sometimes painful sensations in the lower abdomen and in the lower back.
The Perinatal Medical Center is part of just a huge, of course, medical complex. And here we are in another area. What is this called?
This is the School for Moms, where women who are pregnant have prenatal classes, classes for preparation for childbirth, breathing techniques, relaxation techniques, getting to know the process of childbirth, and also classes on newborn care, how to help the baby, how to treat the baby, how to wash the baby, how to nurse the baby.
I see you even have some babies in here.
Yes, we do.
Right here.
There's one. Yeah, and dads are welcome to come.
So this is where I learned how to support my wife while she's going through labor.
Exactly.
It's important to support the head, I know that.
And for something fun, maybe you can...
oh, fun, okay.
Yes, make it up like as if you're like, oh.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, wow. So, am I supposed to like rock back and forth?
Yeah, and you can't talk when you're having a contraction.
Okay, so it is possible to talk while I'm having a contraction. And I'm moving back and forth, and the reboza is helping my pelvis relax so that my baby will find the correct position. So we're now a little bit hungry, but the good news is the Perinatal Medical Center also has a cafe. But at the beginning, I asked a question that the guys are normally asking, and that is, how much does it cost? So the deal is, from what I understand, that the center will work with your international insurance, and in that case, the total cost for all the care here is $0. However, if you're paying out of pocket, the cost for the normal delivery and then staying for 3 days in the very nice, what do you call it? The very nice mom and baby recovery room is $3,250. So, Ekaterina, if someone is interested in coming and having their baby here, they can contact you?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. And so we answered many questions, including how much does it cost. So I guess that leaves us with just one more question that my wife asked when she was going to have a baby. She said, why should we go back to America for 6 months for a one-day event?
That's a good question.